I have a 12-year-old daughter. This would be shotgun in hand today. Are you kidding me?
And evidently, this is the things that she says give her grounds for divorce.
Yeah, she said, I'll let you read this.
Because of the difference in their ages, she could not comply with his way of thinking until it reached a point where the complainant could no longer stand it. Therefore, complainant prays that the matrimony be dissolved.
Wow.
Hey, Dad.
I'm getting ready to leave town.
Where are you going?
I think where I'm going to start out is Tuskegee with Auntie Deborah. And we're going to find some interesting stuff on our ancestry.
All right, love you, Daddy.
Okay, guys. Be good. All right, baby. Love you. Love you. Bye-bye, you two. Bye. I'm off to Tuskegee, Alabama to meet up with my younger sister, Deborah, at our grandmother's house where we were raised. Deb and I spent much of our youth living with Grandma Foster, and while we heard many stories about her mother, Belinda, we have absolutely no idea who our grandmother's father was. She never talked about him. Deborah is the keeper of the family photos and has been doing some research for me, so I'm curious to see what she's been able to dig up. Here we go. This should be quite interesting.
I got a lot to show you.
Uh-oh. Don't scare me now. Show me what you got.
Well, I've got a few photos for you there.
Wow.
You recognize that face?
That's Grandma Adelaide Foster, right?
Grandma Foster.
There is Adelaide over there.
At age 100.
At age 100, and she is probably here about, what, 7? You know, the thing I remember most growing up with her was, if she didn't want to talk about it, you don't talk about it.
You don't talk about it.
The original don't ask, don't tell is Grandma Foster.
Okay. This is Grandma Foster's Social Security document. I ordered it. I haven't seen it yet, so we're looking at it for the first time.
Okay, so.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Adelaide M.
Brown. Oh my gosh.
Let's go down. Wait. Father's name, Louis Brown. So, this is my great-grandfather. Whew, that's certainly a revelation.
So what do you think?
That's powerful right here. I love that. I can't believe it. After all these years, I finally know the name of Grandma Foster's father. But I still don't know why she never talked about him.
So, for Grandma to fill out that card, she knew it was Brown, and she just didn't tell anybody.
Of course not. Don't ask, don't tell.
But here's the kick. She was born in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, wow. Well, my dear, I'm going to take this with me. Thank you very much. Since I know the name of my grandmother's father, I'm headed to her birthplace, Nashville, to try to find some clues regarding the man she never talked about. I'm meeting with the genealogist Mark Lowe at the Nashville Public Library. How are you? All right, we have a Social Security application here. My grandmother was born here in Nashville in 1893. I know my great-grandmother, Belinda, but now, father's name, Louis Brown. How do we find more about him?
Well, with that information, this is the marriage book for this time period.
Gosh.
Why don't we look for a marriage, maybe 2 to 3 years before your grandmother was born, between Belinda Vertosen and Louis Brown.
1891, under Brown, right? We have here George Brown. Nope.
Not there in 1891, so let's back up to 1890.
1890, all right, let's move back. Well, here we are. Thomas Brown, J.L. Belinda Vertosen, here we are. Wow, Belinda right here.
This is the date the marriage was issued.
April 6, 1890. Is that it?
Yes.
Unbelievable. J.L. So what was J?
Well, I have another document to show you.
What is this?
This is what's called a complaint.
Belinda Brown versus John Lewis Brown.
Right.
All right, so now we've got that name down. This is 1897.
Correct.
Very good.
Been married 7 years.
7 years. And he's a resident of Chattanooga, Hamilton County, Tennessee. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Which means he's not currently living
In Nashville.
where Lindenver is still living.
So this is basically a divorce.
Yes.
Wow.
So perhaps the complaint will tell us more about the circumstances.
They were married in Nashville, Tennessee. She was about 15 years old at the time of her marriage, and the defendant was about 50. Wow. 50 and 15.
Right.
How could they do that in the first place? Was that legal?
It was. At the time, the common law was in effect, and she could have been as young as 12.
That's the law at the
Yes.
time? Older than 12.
Didn't change till 1899, about 10 years after that. But that was not uncommon for older men to marry younger women.
I have a 12-year-old daughter. This would be shotgun in hand today. Are you kidding me?
And evidently, this is the things that she says give her grounds for divorce.
Yeah, she said, I'll let you read this.
Because of the difference in their ages, she could not comply with his way of thinking until it reached a point where the complainant could no longer stand it. Therefore, complainant prays that the matrimony be dissolved.
Wow.
So there's one more document related to this divorce.
Okay.
This one is called the final decree.
And this is from the judge.
Correct.
All I can see here is the date, July 26, 1897, and I can't.
Okay, well, basically, the judge found that she was abandoned for a period of more than 2 years, and the divorce is granted.
Wow.
And remember that based on those ages, if he's 57, being born in 1840, she would have been born in 1875, and that clearly are from two worlds.
Absolutely.
We know Lindenver was born free after emancipation, but
Right.
there's the possibility that John Lewis could have been born as a slave or free. We don't know yet.
If he was a slave when he was born, it could have been a complete different mindset.
So probably there's some other records to get to that point to learn more about who John Lewis Brown was.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Mark.
Well, the age difference might have had something to do with my great-grandparents' divorce. But there's got to be more to this story. What kind of man leaves his wife and child?